Hey everyone, it's Failed Shot back at it with another video, and I get this question asked a ton, and that is, how do we beat the arena stall defense? It's definitely plaguing our current arena meta. Pretty much every team is running some sort of either 4 tanky characters, or 3 tanky characters and a bruiser, or 3 tanky characters and a damage dealer. It's very, very difficult to get through these teams, and I won't say that I have a perfect strategy, but I do have something that kind of has been working since the previous arena changes in the last patch. And I've called it the arena stall offense. I know a lot of you probably don't want to hear that, but it's one of the best ways I've found to kind of go ahead and just auto your way through arena. So it definitely takes a while to beat every battle, but you can definitely just go ahead and auto your way through it, which is very, very nice. And so I'm going to go ahead and walk you through that. And I have a couple other strategies, so if you do want to check out some more videos like this, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Let me know that you actually want to see more. So let's go ahead and jump into my comp that I'm going to be running. As I said, it's the arena stall offense. So there's no specific characters that you need really, but there's general strategies. Well, I shouldn't say specific characters. I highly recommend you run Hackren, but we'll get to that in a second. So first thing is we're going to want to run a healer. We're going to want to sustain our team. That can be Mythasia, that can be Blackhorn, that can be Radira. I recommend Mythasia, and the reason for that is she has her revive, and I will go over why that's super, super awesome with the recent arena changes later on. Blackhorn's great, Radira's great as well. And then we're going to want to run Hackren, because Hackren's just going to provide that overall super, super tanky boost to your squad. You're also going to be in the battles a long time, so you're going to be able to stack up 3 stacks of max HP, and that actually becomes a factor later on. And then we're going to want to run a damage dealer. So we have healer, Hackren, and then a damage dealer. My damage dealer of choice is going to be Nathalia. Cyrus is a good option. You could run Antinua. Any character that has oftentimes AoEs or super high single target damage. You can even run Vance. The wood damage dealers are particularly good because often Blackhorn and Hackren are 2 parts of the comp. So it's 50% water. So those wood damage dealers really come in handy. Now, I wouldn't recommend running Zatlux if you're going to be running the arena stall offense. He doesn't actually provide too much damage. I'd really recommend that you run someone like Nathalia, someone like Cyrus, as I mentioned. And then the last part of our comp is going to be a third support, rather. And my support of choice is going to be William. He's going to be giving us that defense down, the counter attack up, and of course the additional basic attack damage, which really helps out Nathalia here because her basic turns into an AoE essentially. Now, you could absolutely run a second damage dealer here. I could run Nathalia Cyrus or Nathalia Antinua, for example, or something like that. I do not have those characters built, so I'm just going to showcase the characters that I do use and do have for you in this video. So that's going to be the general strategy. I will go over the builds real quick. I have all 3 of my supports in a revival set, and then we have 20.1k HP on Mythasia, 1600 defense, and then we have curse set on Nathalia, about 4,000 attack here, and then we have 140 speed, 99% crit rate, 261% crit damage, and 106 precision in a curse set. And then we have high focus, 88%, I believe. Yep. And then 16k HP, 2,500 defense. And then we have over here 2,400 defense, 150 speed, almost 16,000 HP. So there you are. That's my comp so far. And again, I do not have a comp that's specifically built for arena. As you can see, my Mythasia is still in +9 gear pretty much across the board. My Nathalia is built, kind of half built for Void Tower. Williams just recently built for campaign. And then Hackren, I didn't really have anything too special going on with him. He's just in the basic gear for Queen 12 right now. So nothing too special here. If you want to build a comp specifically for arena, you're going to have better results than I will. And I'm just going to go ahead and showcase a battle here. We're going to just go ahead and play this one. It's just, we don't have any passes. It's just the first one off the list. I beat a couple earlier today. And we're just going to go ahead and test it. Now, the reason why this strategy really works and really kind of shines since the previous patch is that after round 3, you're going to get actually technically after round 2, but starting on round 3, you're going to get a 15% attack increase per round. Now, initially, my thoughts were it's going to be at round 2 you're going to get that attack, but actually you have to make it to round 3 before you start getting that attack up. And we're going to put it on full auto here, just so you know, we're not going to be manualing any of the fights. These can sometimes go to round 12, 13, 14. I've seen round 15 personally. And you do not want to manual those because it might take 10, 20 minutes if you get really, really late in the battle, to be honest, if you're not super paying attention. So just keep that in mind. And I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead until we get to round 3 so you can see the actual changes in regards to the arena. So here we are, we're just about to enter round 3. It took actually about a minute to get to this point, and you can see we're actually really close to killing them all, but Blackburn's going to heal them up anyways. So you can see right when we hit round 3, we got the golden little buff here that says plus 15% attack. That's a stacking attack buff, and we're going to be getting that every single round. It looks a lot like the max HP stacks from Hackrin, but unlike actually the max HP stacks from Hackrin, these transcend death. So if Nathalia, for example, were to die here, your max attack stacks are going to stay on her if you get her revived by Mathasia, which is super important. And as I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons why I think Mathasia is actually the optimal support here, because she's just going to be constantly getting probably, hit by all the enemies if she's the lowest HP, and she most likely is because she's the least tanky character. Now, in this case, they're actually hitting Hackrin, which is surprising, but most likely it's going to be Nathalia here. So you're going to want her to have a little bit of a backup. Now, if you don't have Mathasia, again, it should work fine. My Nathalia doesn't die probably about maybe 20% of the time. But you can see there, we actually just took out half their team because we have an additional 45% attack. And we did happen to get a curse proc, so that was nice. But you can see here, after the attack starts stacking, we start to do quite a bit of damage. So this battle is going to be over. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead until the end of this battle. But you can kind of see how the comps work. And we're going to go ahead and test it out against maybe a couple others as well. All right, so we ended up winning that battle, as you can see here. And then we can just go ahead and challenge the next one on the list. Actually, let's go ahead and refresh the list, see if we can find a more difficult team here. So let's just see here. This one looks quite a bit more difficult with the extra Ascensions here and Celestial Cane. Let's try that. Go ahead and run it, and I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead until we're much later in the battle because as I said, these take a while, and even on auto they still take 5, 6, 7 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and skip ahead here. So here we are, I'm back. It's round 5. It's slow going. We pretty much haven't put a dent in them yet. Actually, we might actually kill Brand here. We'll see. Okay, we didn't get a curse proc. Maybe if we got a curse proc there, but this is gonna take a while, as I kind of expected. I do want to mention that I cannot actually auto every single team I come across. Sometimes I have to take it off auto real quick for a couple of turns. It depends on if I'm actually paying attention to the screen at that point. And also, I don't win against every team. It's not going to happen with the gear I have on my characters right now. I don't have a specifically built arena comp. I literally am using pieces from all my other comps and just, kind of conglomerating them into a single team. And this can absolutely work for you as well. Now, if you want to build a specific arena team where you're, properly speed tuning, you are kind of upgrading your gear, prepping for your arena, that you're going to get much better results than I will. But this is kind of what I expect a lot of players like you and like me out there will be doing. Is we don't really care about arena too much. We want to get the extra energy and the tokens. So we want to do it every day, but we just don't want to build a specific comp for it. So hopefully this will help you get a couple of ideas. But I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead even further. We may lose this one, we may not. I'm not sure. This was a tougher team, as I mentioned. So we're going to go ahead and see what it's like in the next couple of rounds. So here we are, we're on around 11. I want to show you this. We might actually lose this one. They are in quad revival sets, and they have just pure defensive stats here. We're not even close to realistic dying to them at all. We are literally purely dying to the tower here. They basically haven't done any damage to us, which is to be expected. But as I mentioned, you're not going to win against some of the comps. And so I'm going to keep this into the video because you're going to see a lot of these comps are just pure stat checks. You're not going to win against every one of them. And especially when you get to those higher rated teams, you're definitely not going to win. This one in specific, they have quite a bit of agility on their characters. I can tell by how much our Nathalia is getting deflected here. They just have a ton of agility, so we're not getting the crits that we need in order to beat the enemy team here. And Nathalia is dead, so this is going to be pretty rough if we even want to try to beat this. with towers starting to hit for massive damage. We may be able to get a lucky Mathasia revive into a solid hit, but we need to get very, very lucky. So I think this is going to be a loss. I'm going to go and skip ahead to the end of the battle and see if it actually ends up winning, but I don't think so. So here is the final moments of the arena battle. We're on round 16 here. And as I said, I did want to keep this in the video because, well, we're not going to win against every single one. And you just kind of have to evaluate where your characters are at on your account. As I said about my account, I do not have an arena focused team. My Mathasia, my characters are going to be less tanky. They're going to be less healing. My Nathalia is not built to handle, agility based teams. You're going to need high precision for that as well. So it's still a gear check. It's still stat based, but with the stacking attack, you can craft a comp that's going to be better than the opponents in regards to arena stalling. So maybe we could try one other battle here. Let's actually try it against some of these Wintrex comps. So let's go ahead and pick this comp down here. Doesn't really matter. When you're running against the Wintrex teams, you probably don't care about defense down. You're probably going to want to run a last breath, which will help you out quite a bit. Now, if you don't have Mathasia, this will help even more. If you have Mathasia, you probably won't need last breath as much. But with Wintrex comps, they're going to go first. You're going to lose your characters, and you're going to want to oftentimes revive your character, get in an extra hit, and then keep going, because it's all about out-sustaining your opponent with these Wintrex comps. Once they get through their damage, they're not going to have too much, and you can have your healer or your tankiest character survive, whether that's going to be Radira or Blackhorn or whatever it is. You're able to just survive and keep going. And you can see there our last breath revived our Nathalia. She's going to go ahead and go this turn. Hopefully she's going to take out Brand. We'll see. Let's just see here. Do some big damage to Brand. Didn't end up killing him, but then we can get a revive her here on her, and she should be able to go a second time. That's weird. I'm not sure how the coding works on that. Usually if Mathasia revives at the end of the turn, your characters are able to go again, but that's okay. We'll just leave it at that. I'm not sure how the coding works on that, to be honest, but we're going to go ahead and let this play out, and I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead. I don't think you want to watch them just do the exact same thing over and over again, so we're going to go ahead and skip ahead until something important happens or we're close to finishing the battle. So here we are. We're a couple of rounds in the future, and nothing's really changed. We're just slowly chipping away at them. We aren't dying quite yet, and we're just waiting for Mathasia to revive again or last breath to pop up, which it just did. And then perhaps Nathalia can go ahead and finish off their Nathalia, and then we slowly win out on the battle. And there you go. Oh, she kills off everyone there, and that's pretty much how these comps work. You're just here to out-sustain your opponent and out-stall them in the battles. Now, I do want to mention that with the Wintrex comps, you're probably going to need a better, tankier stats for your characters, more so than you will with the other team comps that you're fighting, because you're going to get hit. If your whole team dies, you're going to lose. So you need to make sure that you're at least going to be able to avoid the straight up complete burst from the enemy team, which shouldn't be too difficult with your Hackrins, with, type of characters like that. I mean, just Hackrin will prevent it oftentimes. So there you go. That's going to be pretty much the arena stall offense. We did lose a battle, but it was against quite a strong player. And again, if you specialize your gear and your characters for the arena, I'm sure you'll have better results than I will. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like. Drop a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about the arena stall after the patch notes. I don't think it changed too much, but maybe this helped you, maybe it didn't. I don't know. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you for the next one.